Yes, people. Real Talk Football TV. Got everyone back. 1906, Frenchie, Tobias. Transfer deadline day. Great for some. Terrible for if you're a Liverpool supporter. No one. We've got no one at the moment.
It's not that bad though. You signed. Didn't Hendo sign a new deal?
and that Phillips.
And Nat Phillips.
Now
you
we
got
done
rid
well.
You got rid of him, man. Tie him down for the long-term contract.
Oh, stop it. Yeah, I'm telling you. But yeah, it's transfer deadline day. Let's talk about let's talk about the first game, the big game, Chelsea, Liverpool. 1-1. Frenchie, you would take that with the contents of the game?
To be honest, yeah, I was fuming because like when we, the previous podcast, yeah, I thought this was in my head because I didn't check. I thought that was going to be a Super Sunday.
Yeah.
So I just left and then I see the text. I checked, but I missed the game. I watched the highlight in the evening. I would say, well, domination from Liverpool first 15-20 before we got the goal.
Yeah.
And then when we got the goal, it was an even game, I thought so. And then after the send-off, we was just in a chokehold till the end of the game.
I thought the game was how it expected. It's going to be tight, and I thought the team who got the first goal would most probably go on and win, minimum a draw. And when Chelsea did get it, we were struggling a bit. We were playing. They calmed the place down. The place was quiet, and then we had that the header, the header from Jota, and then the corner come in, and then Mane's got his flick on, and it was a handball. And then that changed the whole game. And I think in the second half, we'll come out and win 2-3, even 4-1. First 15 minutes, we're flying. The goal was about to come. But Chelsea showed why, to me, if you finish above Chelsea, you're going to win the league. They showed their resilience, where they keep clean sheets after clean sheets. What they done is that they basically put brag on Thiago Silva, put 3 centre-halves, and said, Liverpool have no creativity through the middle. Let them cross it. We've got big centre-halves who just head it away. And that's what they done. And Lukaku just held the ball up and tried to get fouls. And it worked. And if you're going on to the transfer, that's the reason why Liverpool will struggle. We had no one to bring on the bench to change the game. No one. No one to bring on the bench to change the game. If it was roles reversed and it was 1-1 at halftime at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea beat Liverpool. Because if Liverpool had 10 men, Chelsea beat Liverpool. If it was the roles reversed.
My prediction, like I said, in the beginning was, if we score first, we'll win that game.
Yeah.
That was me. And when I watched the highlight, obviously I knew the score. I knew it was 1-1, but after I was watching the game, I said, if that was 11, we would have won the game. I have to be honest, we would have won the game now 1-0.
Yeah. But I just thought
I think he just took off front 3 to get on target.
I'll take that back. It would have been a different game. It would have been more open. So it could have been a draw. I would say so, yeah.
Well, 1906, how did you take the game? How did you think? Because I just thought that
we just needed to hit the target. We just needed to hit the target, and we would have been sailing. But they were taking shots from outside the box, the little touches.
There's no goal.
Say that again.
No, I mean, you see Salah was running amok, Mane was running amok. We had shots on top, but do you know what I mean? You just put them away. Come on, put them away. If they're going for the crosses and they're knocking them out, put it on the floor. Do you know what I mean? Put it through them, quick passes, quick 1-2s, but it just wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening for us.
Yeah, but
well defended. I'll give them that.
That's the thing. You play a top side, but you had a lot of shot on target. Mendy had a great game. You gotta say that he put out some good saves. I think both
He did have a
teams,
good game. He did have a good game.
yeah, I think both teams did what they had to do. I think 1-1 is a fair result.
Yeah, but Frenchie, you say Mendy had a good game. The saves he made.
It was basic save. He should have made it.
He should. I just believe
that one where Salah passed it to him with his right foot.
Yeah, but I just feel
that. Sorry, go on.
No, I just feel that with that game, that's Liverpool's downfall. We cannot bring no one off the bench. I'm telling you, if you bring 2-3 men off the bench who can change the game, we win that game. We have nothing on the bench, and that's our problem in a sense of the transfer deadline. We've got no one, and I can't believe that we haven't bought anybody. And do you not think? I'm not hearing anything from our chairman, FSG. Is it Klopp not wanting to buy anybody? Is he got that Wenger in him?
It must be.
It must
because
be.
You look at it and it's like, if it wasn't, would Klopp be silent? I don't think he would. Klopp would be saying something. Like, he would be saying it in the media straight away. So I don't think he's that. I think he always waits for the right player, doesn't he? Yeah, you had that issue with the goalkeeper. You had that issue with the centre half. Instead of buying a different centre half, alternative to Van Dijk, he waited until January.
Yeah.
He's stubborn like that. But
it's been
stubborn.
It's been 2 years now since we needed backup.
Yeah, I know.
And now
we know Klopp doesn't like to buy players because he doesn't like to upset the apple cart, does he? Like, look at your starting lineup now. Now it's been rejigged because what happens with Firmino? What happens with Firmino now? Like, you get taken off in the first half.
He come off injured.
Pardon?
He come off injured.
Was that definite? He come off injured, yeah.
Yeah, hamstring. So that's what I'm saying. He's out. They're saying he could be out from over a month. So we've got no striker now. We've got 3 forward players.
Yeah, but there was a massive change from when Jota come on to when Firmino was on.
Yeah, but like I said, what you said as well. I don't know if it's Klopp or FSG don't want to buy players because Klopp, to me, it feels like he's too loyal to the players. And another thing as well, we've got so much dead wood. Reason being we've got so much dead wood is that because we don't play them. Daniel James could go for 25 million from Man United to Leeds because Daniel James has played. Yeah. He plays games. Liverpool's dead wood or Liverpool squad don't play. So how are you going to go to a team and go, oh, we've got Origi, we want to sell Origi to you?
Yeah.
It was like, he never plays to you lot. So
that's why he doesn't sign anyone. That's why he doesn't sign anyone, because of that purpose. He's not comfortable with squad rotation. We know he's not. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it at all. He trusts these certain players, and he will do what he can to get them same sort of 8 players out every week.
But that means you can't progress. You can't progress and stay at the top because you can't play the same players 3-4 years in a row. No other top manager does that. That's why, like I said, with Liverpool, it looks like Klopp and FSG are like a match made in heaven. It's a bit like Wenger, when Wenger never used to spend. He's just to get top 4, and the chairman will tell him, like, there's money for you to spend. But he never spends. And you can't keep doing that because the team can't progress. You can't stay with Man United. You can't stay with Chelsea. You look at Pep and Chelsea, they buy players every year. We haven't really bought anybody to come in to the team for nearly 2 years who walk straight into the team. We haven't.
And the players just get comfortable. They just
100%.
Get comfortable. So, I mean, there's no pressure on them. Week in, week out, they know their name's going to be up there or they're going to be sitting on the bench. Do you know what I mean? You just think, where's the drive? Where's that going to come from?
But it's mad what a week does, isn't it? Because just last week, I'm sure, Shaq, wasn't you saying, like, is your squad that bad?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying when we were winning. Is it that bad?
All that's gone out is Shaqiri. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you were screaming, you still got Oxlade who can play. He can play across the front. He can play in midfield. You still got Curtis Jones, can play similar. So you're not down for options. You're not down for options. Harvey Elliott can play along them lines as well.
Yeah.
So
that's why he's not buying. But the thing is, he has to play them. He has to play those kids.
But that's what I'm talking about.
He has to play them.
That's what I'm talking about. You're talking about the options are there, but this guy doesn't play them. He doesn't play them. You're looking for a goal. No matter what you say about Origi is a striker. The guy's not even in your match day squad.
Yeah, but if he was out of the front three against Chelsea, who are you taking off?
Well, someone's got to come off, innit? Or you put them all on. You put them all on.
I think that Chelsea was always going to be a terrible team for you to play against, innit? Because they know how to defend. Tuchel can set up a team. You know what I mean? And he's shown it since that they are. When it needs to be defensive, they'll be defensive. Look what they've done to Man City, and it wasn't the first time they've done it to City. So tactically, Tuchel has a clue. Do you know what I mean? And I think that made the difference. Yeah, you don't have sort of what you see as big options on the bench, but then what comes with big options? It comes that who sits out then. Do you know what I mean? So he tries to structure it where he knows everyone knows who the main guys are, and then he's got his sideman, and then everyone knows that they're sideman, and they're happy, and that keeps the balance of the squad, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you have, I'm not having that, because if you have your main guys, so if your main guys are off now, what happens then?
Well, it's worked for you.
Yeah, but you don't trust me. You don't trust the sideman. So
it didn't work for us last season.
It's worked for you, though. Has it not worked for you?
Last season,
he has, and that's what Klopp will say. That's what Klopp will say, and that's what FSG will say. But in the long term, that can't work. You can't sustain that and be at the top for long. You'll have an air of a 2 or 3 year, not even dominance, but 3 year period where you've done really well. But after that, it will diminish because the players get older, the players get comfortable. You look at Liverpool's team, it's not old, but the average age of Liverpool's team is roughly about 28. It's coming to an age where you have to break up. If you're going to keep it together, that's fine. Then you've got to break it all up. You know, remember like the AC Milan team where they had Stam, Cafu, all them top players, but they're all in that bracket between 29 and 30.
Yeah, they were all in the same
age group. The whole team left. And AC Milan have never been the same since.
Yeah.
They haven't been the same since because they didn't break it up one by one. They all got old together. And Liverpool's age group.
Klopp's probably thinking, that's not going to be my problem. By the time it's time to break the team up,
he'll be gone.
He's gone. Who cares about the next man?
Somebody else.
But the thing is, he's there for 4 years, so he has to break it up.
Nah, man, 4 years, 32, man, that's prime.
No, that's not prime. Everybody being 32. Imagine if he. The thing is, imagine if he done that. And then
did Fergie not do that?
No, but wait.
Fergie did. Fergie did.
But imagine if he done that and then gave it to Gerrard. Killing him. Comes in, the old team, no money to spend. Chin up, and you're getting sacked within a year, boy.
Is that not what Fergie done?
That's Moyes.
Vidic, Rio, Evra. Yeah. All these men are getting on. Scholes, obviously. Giggs.
Yeah, but Chelsea, but Man United were winning multiple titles though. Liverpool won multiple titles.
Yeah, but if you were to win, you wouldn't be moaning. You're only moaning now because you drew at Chelsea or you drew with Chelsea at home.
No, you don't think so? I'm not moaning because I said a draw at the start. I said my heart says 2-1, but I said my head says 1-1. But the context of the game is that it feels like 2 points dropped because Chelsea had 10 men for the whole second half.
I remember saying Matip would have Lukaku in his pocket.
Yeah, we had 10 men in it. Well, Liverpool.
That is so irrelevant right now.
You know what? All I will say is that.
And the thing is, this is the same guy. This is the same guy who doesn't like Matip.
I know. But Rudiger,
I gave him props over the weekend.
Yeah,
If it was player ratings, I'd give him 4.
if it was Rudiger, Frank Lampard needs to slap himself, because if he would have played Rudiger, he'd still be in a job.
He'd still be in a job. He would be.
Rudiger has found this new lease of life. I don't know what.
I don't know where's that coming from, bro.
I don't know. He's possessed at the minute.
Bruv,
A couple of seasons ago, where was he?
Bruv, that's called having a top manager. That's what it's
Oh,
called.
mate, listen.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Because he was Chelsea's best defender under Conte, and then Lampard came. Lampard tried to think, I'm not playing you for some reason. It made no sense whatsoever. So it's not like
he was the difference on the match.
He was
the difference.
He was everywhere.
He's very good. His pace, his leadership. He's
probably one of the only defenders, new age defenders now that have an old school makeup, where it doesn't matter what is in front of him. In front of the ball, like he's going through everything to get to the ball.
I like that. He doesn't look fancy or anything like this. As simple as possible, and it's been working, man. It's been working for us. To be fair, like it's like a new signing, basically.
Obviously, he has his lapses, but you take that right now. To be fair, I just think
100%.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid.
He has. He was very good. He was the main difference. I think if they didn't have him at the back, I think Liverpool somehow would have got a goal.
But I think on that now though, with Chelsea bringing in Saul Niguez, like it's massive problems now. It is massive.
Red flag.
Did you guys notice that with Chelsea, well, with us, whoever we want to sign, the deal is getting done, bro.
Yeah, Roman's a big boy in this, man.
Yeah, right. It's like there's no, and the thing is, you don't even hear about it too tough. And when you hear about it, the next day, it's done.
You know what it is? What I'm impressed with Chelsea is their net spend. They spend a lot of money, but they shot a lot of players you don't even know. Under the radar, young players who they're getting for like 18, 19, 20 mil. They are serious when it comes.
But Roman cut the play a long time ago, didn't he? Like Roman invested a lot in youth when he first come, and everyone was killing him. You don't play the youngsters. You don't play the youngsters. Okay, now he's selling the youngsters, and the youngsters are making him money.
And they're good. And they're good youngsters. They're youngsters that are going to Premier League clubs. They're not going Championship or League One. They're like Premier League standard players going straight into the first team in Southampton, Chelsea. Southampton, Palace, they're all playing and they're getting big money, getting 20 mil for him. So you look at the net spend, they were talking about they spent £97 million on Lukaku, but it was really about 50. It was about 50 because they sold so many players. They just sold Zuma for 25 to West Ham.
They sold Conor Gallagher, they sold that Guri. Yeah, they've just been shot in it. Everyone's been going. They sold a couple of men.
These are good players as well, you know.
Good enough to play the first team. Good enough to play the first team.
But Roman's not arrogant, though, is he? If he will sell them now because it makes sense to him. If it comes to the point where he needs to bring them back,
he will.
He'll spend the money to bring them back.
And he tells them that as well. Like, if you're good enough, I will spend 60 mil on you.
He done it to Matic, didn't he? They sold Matic
in the clause. He put it in their clause.
They sold Matic to Benfica ages ago and then brought him back. Like, you're good enough already.
Even if you go back, like into the youth team, because I know people who like good coaching, and they're saying like Chelsea are just snapping up the best youngsters in England. Like if they're the best in England or London, they're going Chelsea. Chelsea will do anything because they know if they don't get into the first team, we can make 15 mil out of them because they'll be good enough they'll be Premier League level. So that's why Chelsea kind of dominate the youth sector. They got the best young players in England or London. If they're from London, they'll end up eventually at Chelsea. And Roman's done that in the sense of I've got a production line now. They don't have to be in the first team, but I'm making 20 mil there, 15 mil there on these players. And now teams will buy them because they're seeing them going into other first team teams in the Premier League and they're playing.
But that's the problem. Like he doesn't sit them there to rot. he sends them all out on loan. Like you don't come and get a free ride. Like you go Holland and play. Like you're not here to sit down and make money now. You're going out on loan somewhere. You're going to play for your money, and that's the difference, isn't it? Whereas you'll have youngsters that I use us as an example, United and Liverpool, that will just be in the resis for no reason. Just be sitting there like, they're meant to be world beaters, just sitting in the resis, no loan deals. But I think everyone sort of clocked onto that model now, and they realise that their youngsters have to play football.
Yeah, but it's a way of making money. It's easy way of making money. That's how it should be. But even just moving on to Man United, I don't know how you not beat Wolves. I don't know, like, see, stuff like that, that's how you win title. Because that game, it was annihilation. First half should have been about 4-5-0 to Wolves. Wolves had clear-cut chances. I was like, and I'm watching it, I was thinking, Man United are going to get one chance and they're going to score. Yeah, but
last season.
Yeah, but
that's get battered, score, and that's it.
And that was the story of the game. But you watch Traore that game, he ripped them apart. But if you look at his numbers, no assists, no goals. But
same old Traore.
If you watch the game, that guy was a terror. Like if you didn't know who footballers is, like who footballers are, you would have thought this guy was one of the world's best. He was just licking down players. But he come off after 80 minutes. It was literally 4 shots, none on target, 0 assists. And that sums up Traore. But he was so
good week in, week out. Week in, week out.
He's a hench Dan James. Is he not though?
No, but
he's a hench Dan James. He will get in every position possible.
He calls all sorts of problems.
And but I swear James scores though.
That final decision, he lets you down. And that's Traore.
But do you think with a better manager that it could come out? Because watching him, especially first half, that's unplayable. Bro, that's unplayable.
Nuno's a good manager, though. I think Nuno's a good manager.
If you want to, you can have whoever. Traore is going to be Traore. I think so.
So you don't think Tuchel or Klopp or Pep could get the best out of him?
It's in him. It's in him. There's too many layers of paint to strip off. It's in him. It's innate. To just run down, battle through, end up in the terraces, ball going to the keeper, all of that.
It's the same though.
The reason I'm saying that is, I think Traore thinks is the guy already, isn't it? Which is
I don't think he does, man.
No, but think about it, Shaq. He works best off the counter attack. If he's not counter attacking, what is he doing?
No, I hear you, and that's the problem with space. He's unstoppable.
But
without space,
the ball, what is he doing for you?
Yeah, and that's the problem. But don't you think a manager can mold him? He's only 25. He's not like he's an old guy.
No.
Like, watch it.
Yeah,
that's like asking what manager can make Origi good.
I don't know why you keep on bringing Origi.
I don't know, but I'm just saying. If you can turn that round, then you could turn around Traore. But I can't see it.
I don't know. Traore's got something.
Traore's got something, but he will always be that player that gets in the positions, but won't get numbers. He might go France or something like that and do a Pepe. And then he'll come back and do exactly the same.
He's better than Pepe, though.
I don't know. I don't know. Well,
no. Traore's better than Pepe, bro.
He is. I don't rate Pepe at all. But
I take Traore all day, every day, though.
But
I think
I said that from the get-go. Pepe is terrible because I've seen Pepe play before. Anybody can look. I don't want to look down to the French league because I watched the French league. But like let's say James go into the French league, he tear it apart. He will tear it apart. So anybody with a bit of pace and a bit of takers, trust me, can do bits in France.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel for him, but do you feel as well? I think sometimes we're conditioned because you hear it from the pundits and like.
No, not in this case. Not in this case. No, you can't say it in this case.
Traore, and they say, yeah, great player, but you know the butt's coming.
What an athlete! I mean, he's what an athlete, bro. Like it is. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie here. On this occasion, it stands still. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I'm not gonna lie. I just think the game. I think Ole just set it up all wrong again. I don't understand how Dan James plays the first 2 out of the 3 Premier League games, but you sell him. When does that begin to make sense?
Well, you've got 7 points, and you've got you got 7 points and 25 mil for him. I think that's great management. You've got 7 points and you've got 25 mil. Plus, you got Ronaldo coming in through the door.
It was close to being a draw. Like, if it was a foul on Neves, we got away with one. I thought we sort of was harsh against Southampton, so we get it back straight away. And Greenwood does what Greenwood does. Greenwood's just a goal machine. I don't care what anyone tells me. Greenwood's about that life. Yeah, just know.
He's bad.
And they played it smart because they started Traore on Wan-Bissaka. So they started off smart. They surprised me. And then from then, it was just one of those games. Just get the points and get out of there. Wolves are a good team.
Well, it just showed to me that there's 2 things why Man United will struggle if they don't get anybody in this transfer window. Because Pogba can't play midfield in a midfield.
Can't play midfield. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. You move Pogba
Fred,
to play.
I said you can't play the 2, and Fred can't play the DM by himself. He was lost. He was so bad in that game. He can't play it by himself. And that's why you can see why he plays a two in there.
That's why I say he's got it wrong, because Pogba's been playing his best football.
Yeah.
Best football on the left.
Yeah.
And then you go put him in the 2.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what has Van der Beek done? I want to know what Donny done. What has Donny done? What has he done?
Where's he been? Where's he gone?
That is mad.
What has Donny Van der Beek done?
That's mad.
I want to know. Please, someone tell me what he's done.
That is mad. This was a guy who was one of the best young players in Europe when he went to Man United. He can't get a game.
He shouldn't have come there though. Man United was never built for him, especially with Hull at the wheel, bro. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Nah,
but it's just
I don't know what he's done.
He's not even getting on the pitch.
I think it's always been stubborn.
That's what you man saying. Yeah, is Hull the right manager for him? Though, is he? That's not what. That's the question we have to ask ourselves, because Bob is a baller. He can play ball, game or no game. We haven't seen him play. I haven't seen him play in a bit, but we all know the boy can play ball. Is Hull the right gaffer for him? Because now, back to what Gavin is saying regarding Pogba, is Pogba since the start of this season he's been probably the best player so far, and then suddenly everything changed. Now, why the sudden changing from Hull like this? So he's trying to mock the team. I'm not too sure if he's trying to mock Wolves or try a new system, but I don't know. I didn't understand that game. I didn't watch the whole thing, but
I only saw highlights of it, and it looked like they were getting slaughtered.
McTominay's out, isn't it? McTominay's out. He would have played McTominay. I get why he didn't play Matic, because Matic is a bit slow, but you got Donny there, and it's like Donny can play there. Donny can be disciplined. Donny's got a brain. Do you know what I mean? But he just refuses. I just think it's just because he never wanted him initially that he's just refusing to do anything with him.
Wow.
But this guy hasn't said anything. He's been very quiet.
Legend.
He hasn't said a word. And this guy can't get on the pitch when players are injured. He can't get a run of games. It is mad.
Maybe he's on big P.
Yeah,
everyone's on big P. Everyone's on money. It's not about money. He's got money.
I'll stay quiet too.
Nah, you know what? Yeah,
I'll be quiet.
Not for that long.
His professionalism is
he's been quiet for like 2 years now. He's been at Man U.
Yeah.
So 2 years been quiet. It's a long time. At 25, yeah, you go, man.
If you're not going to play him, send him on loan.
Huh?
If you're not going to play him, send him on loan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. 100%.
Even send him to Arsenal because they could do with some help in there.
Oh, wow. Should be a legend in a week.
help a brother out, you know.
Oh gosh.
A GoFundMe page, you know.
Oh god.
Get him on loan. No, that is bad. But,
he's a waste of talent though, because I liked him. I liked him at
Ajax. He was a player.
I do.
Ajax is bad. So
listen, I know Shaq's gonna hate this, but a special shout out for De Gea. De Gea might be back. De Gea might be back, Shaq. I'm telling you. Don't sleep on De Gea, you know. Don't sleep on De Gea. He might be back.
De Gea made one save. De Gea is never back. De Gea is terrible. That's the
I hope he is. I hope he stays in all season.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. But the thing is, going into Man United, you're not bringing back Ronaldo. That scares me. Bringing Ronaldo in the transfer window. Not because of Ronaldo, of the mentality he will bring to the club and to the players. He wins. And he's gonna bring a standard where he's not gonna have it from certain guys. Because his professionalism is through the roof. And that's what, to me, that brings them closer to the top teams. Because of him. Because of his professionalism, you're going to get extra 20% out of the other players in the team.
But
because of his presence.
Don't you think they've got the potential to be scared or make the wrong decisions? I.e., when Ronaldo's calling for the ball when it's not the best ball to play, they're more inclined to play to Ronaldo than play the right ball.
Yeah,
because it didn't work for Juventus, did it?
Well, he did. He scored goals. He scored
goals, but as a team, they didn't. As an individual, you score goals. Yeah, well done. They done what they meant to do. They fed him. But as a team, collectively, like.
So don't you think for a team collectively with Ronaldo in your team, it doesn't make you stronger?
No, it does. But then it just makes everything a bit iffy.
No, I understand what you're saying. Because there was a stage at Liverpool where every ball had to go through Gerrard before it went anywhere else on the pitch.
Because that team was terrible.
Players were scared to pass it to anyone else. It was like, no, let me go through Gerrard. Let him make the decision to put it left, right, and if it's going to go pear shaped or whatever. But I see where you're coming from.
Carrick used to do the same thing when Carrick used to play with Scholes. There's no way Carrick used to play the ball forward. His only thought was to pass it to Scholes.
Yeah, it was like when before when Coutinho was at Liverpool, everything went through Coutinho.
Yeah,
like we'll get the ball, let's give it to Coutinho, and he'll create something.
Yeah,
that
could be their downfall, but I don't believe so.
It's a potential danger, isn't it? Obviously, with just for City not getting him, it just makes it, doesn't it? So the deal for what it was. Small, yeah, he's getting paid big wages, but he pays himself back, doesn't he? So I just think if we couldn't let him go City, I think having the Tevez thing happen again would have just been a joke.
And I think this as well, and another thing, if Ronaldo comes back, wins a league or a Champions League in, say, the 2 years of the 2 year deal he has, does that cement him as the GOAT? If he comes back and wins a Champions League or a league after what is only 9 years now, Man United ain't won a league. This will be the 9 seasons. If he does that cement him as the GOAT?
Well, at his age now,
if he comes and wins a league or a Champions League,
considering we've been nowhere near it for the longest time. So if he does, then you've sort of got to give it to him.
Because to me,
but we won't. Ole's too tactically naive still. He's still not there. He's still not up there.
I've seen past this Man United thing, you know. Gary Neville and these men are talking about. No, sorry, the money you man have spent, yeah. You got Ronaldo in, you got Varane in, and it's like, oh no, we can't win the league. We're not good enough. We're not ready. We got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I am not having that.
Bro.
I'm not having that. Sorry.
It is United season. It is United
season. It has
season.
to be. I'm not saying you got to win the league, but you lot should be screaming we can win the title. And it's slightly Gary Neville, this bandwagon, is trying to make it brush underneath the carpet. But deep down, they all know that we should be winning the title with it. Because if I had that type of squad and Ronaldo's coming into my team, and we've just got Varane, we've got Scott Sancho, with the rest of the players we've got in, like what?
Come on.
You're talking about we're not winning no title. We're not good enough because of Ole. No, Ole signed a new deal.
We did not have a DM.
No. I don't want to hear that. that. We ain't got backup.
But
we're saying we can win the league.
But when you had a full squad, full team out,
God.
you can do bits, isn't it? We playing the full team out, still don't have a DM.
Oh, behave yourself.
No, I'm not having that, man. You got 2 DMs. You got McTominay and you got Fred. You spent £50 million on Fred.
Right.
McTominay's come from the youth system. You got a 35 million pound player. You don't play on the bench.
You know what? Yeah.
You man should be winning the title.
Can I say something?
Should be coming to Old Trafford. I don't want to hear it.
I can see those balls McTominay to Ronaldo. I can see it. It's going to be beautiful.
Can I say something? It's nice to hear that after so many years, the fear's back in Liverpool's voices.
No, because of Ronaldo.
No, there's no fear. There's no fear.
It's just Ronaldo.
But listen, though,
there's no fear.
From day one,
now.
We're just saying you reached the
table. The league or having the sort of expectation of winning the league beforehand. Just stick to how we were. Stick to how we were, man. Like
we're just loving the fact that we've now got Man United back. Do you know what I mean? Hardcore competition. You got all your players. You got your manager in there. We're ready. Do you know what I mean? This is your season. This is it.
Yeah, just I can see the sweat beads coming off.
I always said Man U was going to be a problem this season. Man U is going to be a big issue this season. They may not win, but they're going to dismount this top 3, man. They're going to make this a big issue.
Listen, with the signings that Chelsea made, and
I'm not worried about Chelsea and that.
With the strength that Man City already had, added with you guys, then we was always fighting an uphill battle. We're now at a position where I can say, yes, we've got the best squad that we've had in literally forever.
What's a good season for Man United then? With
a good season is a title challenge.
Yeah.
Not necessarily having to win the title. It's a title challenge. Don't be losing the league by like 15 points, 12 points. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
So and then you've got
it should be between the top 3, top 4, let's say. The gap between the top 4 should not more than 4 points or 6 points.
What, between 4th and top?
Yeah.
But the thing is, we always say that never happens though. It's always 2 teams eventually. That's what always happens.
But that's what I'm saying. But this isn't going to be different. This isn't going to be different. This isn't going to be different. I promise you that this isn't going to be different.
I think when it comes to the crunch, I think Ole will crumble. But the squad.
But this is what
now it's not Holmes is not at the wheel, bro. He's run at the wheel. What are you talking about?
No, man. It's
nowadays running. Nowadays, you didn't see Rio. Rio's live, yeah. Rio. You know what? Off topic, guys. Let's crack on. Sorry.
I'm just saying is that you lot have tried it. Man United should be a title challenge and winning a trophy. And if that doesn't happen,
title challenge and win a trophy. I agree.
I agree. Which trophy though? Which trophy? What's the title?
FA Cup, a league, or Champions League?
He needs to win.
That's the Champions League. That's the Champions League this season, definitely.
Champions League, yeah. To be fair, who are you looking at for the Champions League? You're looking at PSG, you're looking at Bayern, and you're looking at the English club.
That is it.
Yeah.
Maybe Juventus, Italian club.
Now Allegri's back, maybe, but Allegri's never done well in Europe, though.
Well, Juventus ain't won the Champions League since 1996, so
Allegri's never really done well in Europe. So you can't. I'm not really like. It's like Conte in Europe. Conte is like the domestic god. Put him in Europe, he go out in the group stages. That's what he does. But we're gonna title challenge and latter stages of European Cup, i.e., quarter semi-finals, not second round nonsense. And a cup, but everyone's. I told you, man. Everyone's hunting for every cup now. Every cup matters.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's getting harder and harder to win a title now. Any cup, it's hard.
Any cup, every cup.
Again, back to the transfer. Liverpool's the only team that can't put out a cup team. I think we can. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. We can put out full strength for the Premiership and the Champions League, but again, transfer window. I can't even see us doing any cups.
Yeah, you guys gonna come out short on a lot of things this season.
Yeah, bro. Definitely.
You're gonna come out short on a lot of things.
But we've always been short on a lot of things. The only thing we're never short on is the league and the Champions League, because that's what Klopp plays for. The squad is only for the league and the Champions League.
That's not gonna work out this season. The reason I'm saying it's not gonna work out this season because your team didn't improve.
Okay, I hear you. I'm just playing like devil's advocate. You say your team ain't improved, but this is the same team that got 95 points and 99 points. The same team. Let me finish. Let me done. 95 points, 99 points. This is the same team that whooped the league, and this is the same team that the best defender in the world's back with all their defenders back.
Okay.
So and this is and we came third, only 5 points or 6 points behind Man United, who came second.
Can I counter it quickly?
Go on.
You had a COVID season where they had games back to back to back to back. You had the Euros, and now you got a new season starting with the World Cup next year.
Yeah.
And the African Cup of Nations in the middle of it.
Yeah. Only
if there was ever time that you guys needed some sort of backup, it's this year.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Definitely.
100%.
Definitely.
100%. But, Klopp, it looks like Klopp thinks he knows what he's doing. I have to leave him as that.
You have to believe him. Yeah.
I have to believe him. I can't say I can't trust him because everything he's done so far is right.
Listen, that's like when I used to complain when Tom Cleverley used to be in the number 10, but we were still winning Premier League. I can't complain. Do you know what I mean? This is what he's doing.
Yeah, 100%.
You got to trust the process, man. Trust the process.
Right.
We'll see it up until we'll see what happens at Christmas. There might be a protest.
With who? What Klopp out? You'd be the only person there, mate.
FSG, innit? FSG, everyone wants.
Yeah, FSG. I don't know about FSG, man. I don't know about them. I don't know. It could be, they've been very quiet, or it could be Klopp.
You have to be honest, man. You have to be honest with yourself. This season is going to be different for you, man, bro. Don't talk about you, man, whoop the league, this, that. Bro, your team is tired. You know it. We all know it. You need signing. It's simple as that. You can find all the people all the guys that. God.
This guy's coming for blood.
Anyway, you got me in it. Your team is tired, bro. You need signing, period. You can have is back. That's great. But it's the only bonus you have.
So where do you think Liverpool end up finishing?
It's turning my mic off.
Sorry, she's talking, so I'm mute when she talks, isn't it?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is you'll still be in the top 4, but you'll be struggling to get there.
Struggling to get 4th?
No, you'll be in there, but it won't be as easy for you to just sit there and be comfortable.
Okay. Well,
That's my personal opinion. That's if you guys don't make any move your team will get tired. I'm not talking about you guys don't have the talent. It's the fatigue. Even you play just for the Premier League and for the Champions League, that's enough game. That's too much game for your squad.
All right.
It's still too much.
The pressure, Shaq.
No, you've got a fair point. You've got a fair point. Hate Chelsea.
Shaq's not happy.
We need a stronger squad. We do need a stronger squad.
No. On a serious note, we do need a stronger squad. I've been saying for 2 years we need a stronger squad. You can't have the same players over and over again. And I think with Liverpool fans, we're conditioned to think we have to sell our best players to get better players, or or you get the fans who say, "Oh, who are we going to bring in? Who are we going to bring in?" Like we're bringing Jota, and Jota worked. So there's players out there.
Do you know anything about this West Ham buy, Alex Kroll, midfielder? Do you know anything about him? Because looking him up, I'm telling you, he seems to be a bit of a wizard in the midfield. We're talking taking on man, standing there, nutmeg a man after looking in his eyes for 3 seconds. All of that.
Midfielder, isn't
he? Yeah. He seems like a bit of a. He seems like a bit of a baller, that boy.
Where do you see him on Scout Nation or something?
You know how to check him out. Had to be. Put his best vids together. Yeah. His dad probably put the video together.
If he could do it in the Premier League, then it's a different story, isn't it? Like I've seen a lot of things.
Just seeing that, I just think he's one to watch.
He can
feeding Antonio. I reckon he's got a good fight.
He can play, but what he does in that league, it will be a different story in the Premier.
100%.
But he can play. I've seen him a few times. This boy can play, but yeah, the Premier League, he'll probably get rattled anyway a few times and change his mind. But he's a baller.
He just looks like a baller. He just looks like a natural baller.
But with the transfer deadline coming to an end in a few hours, 1906 summary for Liverpool in the transfer window.
If it was the league table, we're down there with Arsenal, I think. No, then again, we're opposite ends. I mean, they've spent.
Terrible.
You signed the skipper up, man. You signed the skipper up. Be happy.
You know
be happy. Smile. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys signed up Hendo for the next how many years? 3-4 years?
We got Hendo. We got Salah.
4-year deal. We gave him a 4-year deal, but our best midfielder, our durable midfielder, couldn't get a 4-year deal.
Great business.
You can't make that. You can't make that shit up. To be fair,
great business.
Can't make it up. That's how disrespected Wijnaldum got. Is absolutely bonkers.
So you guys have literally you signed the left back. Is that it?
And Konate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, but the left back was from last year.
Yeah. Konate. Is he going to get a game? Or is Klopp going to do?
But Klopp does this. He gives them 6 months to adapt to it, and then he'll play.
I mean, it's the old school way, though, isn't it? It's the old Liverpool way of keeping them on the pitch, learn the ropes, get to know the fans, blah, 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 then come in the game slow after about 3 months.
But, 1906 transfer for us, terrible. We ain't
absolutely.
Tobias, you happy with Man United transfers, dealings?
To be fair,
out of 10,
you're going to give it a 8, 9, 8 and a half.
Yeah,
you got to.
Great.
He's picked up a centre half. He's picked up a right winger. He sold James for 30 million. And to be fair, if you can sell James for 30 million, I'm convinced we can get 40 on spread. So I don't know why he didn't play. But the only thing he's missing is a DM, isn't it? That's it.
Yeah. And I'll speak for Frenchie. Chelsea, their squad didn't need enough. Didn't need a lot. They bragging Lukaku and Saul now was just icing on the cake. Abramovich is going for the juggler.
And imagine if they would have got in the centre half as well.
Oh, but they're in the centre half though. Oh, they've got Koundé. They're trying to get him as well, aren't they? But they agreed a fee, but then the last minute they put the fee up. They want 75 mil or 75 million euros or something.
Imagine if they get him as well.
That squad is ridiculous. I think their squad is on par with Man City's, maybe even better than Man City's if you look at it.
I think it's probably better with Man City's in a way that any manager could go to that team and sort of work with that squad
and win straight away.
If you go City, then you've sort of half got to be Pep or Pep's clone to work with that squad, because that squad is just strictly techers and ballers everywhere.
100%. Frenchie, are you happy with the last bit? Happy with the transfer deadline for you guys?
I am. I can't moan, I can't moan at all. If I would have to be picky, like I said, it's this, we just didn't throw any rocks. We didn't knock at the door like to get Koulibaly, you know what I'm saying? So that would be the cherry on the cake for me, though.
Yeah, but do you need him?
Nothing about it, huh?
Do you need him? I don't even think you need him. You look at him.
This is what I'm saying, yeah, because you're so used to your gaffer not getting anyone yet. Yes, we do need him. It's a long season. Listen.
Exactly.
You need him. We need him. And like I said, you need that guy. This guy. You need that. The guy can play all the way across the back four and in middle. You need someone like this.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I'm happy. I'll give it. I'll say 9.5. I'll take that all day, every day. The signing has been good, and what we've been selling as well. So going both ways, 10-10 for me.
No, 100%. I think it's a great business what Abramovich does. Abramovich does what he always does. He delivers and gives the tools to every manager that comes into Chelsea. So you're not surprised anyway. So
saying that though, how smart was the business from the Glazers though?
100%.
Glazers have done what bloody Arsenal's board failed to do. Kroenke failed to do. Because look back Ronaldo, fans are gassed. No one's talking about protesting or doing anything along them lines. Everyone's happy with the business, so everyone's going to go silent again until we start losing or failing to hit expectations.
Straight.
You know what I mean?
Straight.
But then you look at Arsenal now, and I think we got to spend a quick five seconds on Arsenal. Because
wow.
No, you know why, yeah. Because,
come on.
Why do we come back to Arsenal?
You know why, yeah? Because you got to sometimes. You got to kick them in the down.
Nah,
you're damn right.
Free Maitland Niles, man. Free Maitland Niles.
Free Maitland Niles.
Yeah. All he wants to do is play football.
He just wants to play football, man. You put him out on to West Brom.
And why is he not playing though? Why is he not playing in that team?
And that's what I'm saying.
And another one, the first time I'm gonna defend Granit Xhaka. Yeah, because I'm not being funny. If my manager sent me out to do doggies on my own against 3 Man City midfielders next to Odegaard, and I was getting popped off the pitch after, I'm taking someone out as well. I'm sorry. On his own. Who was there? Odegaard. Was Odegaard going to be playing next to him?
It's ridiculous.
And now he's getting all the blame, but no one's seeing why he lost his head. Like, come on. Yeah. You must be able to see why he lost his head.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous. And with going into Arsenal, that's what I forgot to ask. If Arsenal's last week, worst team of the weekend. Who's your worst team of the weekend this week?
Arsenal, man. Arsenal again.
It's a double tap for me, though.
It's a clean sweep for me.
Yeah, it's a double tap. Wow. That's 2 in a row, That is terrible.
2 weeks in a row.
It's just the way those goals went in. And you just saw people out of position. People that weren't looking. It was bad.
Sometimes I think Ole's tactically naive. But
that guy said, yeah, that's where they lost the battle. The game was lost in the middle from the get go, from the start this year, from when they blow. Yeah, I watched 25 minutes of this game, and yeah, that was it.
Bernardo Silva
it was.
and Gundogan
How
was
would
moving
they get
ahead.
sent off? How they get sent off first 15? He lasted long.
This is what I'm saying.
Then they bring on Mahrez and Sterling.
But
he lasted long.
And the thing is, let's go back here. Man City 3-0 up, bring on Mahrez and Sterling. Liverpool bring on Tsimikas to try and get a result. Oh, that's the levels, man. But yeah, worst team, but Arsenal again. Player of the weekend?
Conor Gallagher.
Oh, he was good. He scored a
Second goal was unbelievable, by the way.
Yeah, great goal. 1906, player of the weekend.
Well, my guy from is he playing for
Palace, ex-Chelsea, man.
Oh yeah, Palace, yeah.
Another Chelsea guy who's 20 mil.
Rudiger.
No.
Yeah.
Who? Who did you say?
Chelsea, Rudiger.
Oh, Rudiger, yeah. He was
I can't believe it. 1906 has gone for a non-Liverpool person.
I have. He was stopping us, so I have to give it to him.
Frenchie?
Antonio.
Again?
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah. He got a goal and assist. Killed it again for me. I would have choose Rudiger, but I don't want to be too biased. You get it.
All right, I'm gonna hate to say it. For my player of the weekend, it's gonna be De Gea because of them two saves. I'm going there because I don't know how Man United won that game. De Gea had a world. He made two great saves. Terrible finishing, but you can't. Like if that was Alisson that made that, I'd be raving about it. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'll go for De Gea. But guys, follow us on Twitter. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, you got anything else to say? Still went over the time, but
hold on a minute. What's going on with the 2-week international break?
We're gonna do the England game.
Lord Jesus.
We're still back, man. We're still back. We're doing the England game.
Oh wow! Don't worry, I'm
do
going
the
to
France
England
game as well. Do the France game as well. And that's how it's going to be. Yeah. So, guys, follow us on Twitter. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Real Talk Football TV. Guys, thank you again. You, man. And we are out.